What's up, guys? Welcome to Module 8, where we're going to be discussing what it means to have a TikTok agent and also how to leverage TikTok influencers. I want to preface this by saying that for TikTok agents, this is typically assigned for larger creators that have usually a couple 100,000 of followers. So if you're not in that space yet, take that as a caveat and feel free to fast forward to the segment where I go into how to leverage TikTok influencers as that pertains to everyone. But without delay, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. So what is a TikTok agent? So essentially what a TikTok agent is, and this is different from any other social media platform I have been a part of, especially Instagram, is that it's an actual person that works for TikTok, whether it's in the US office, which is in LA, or in other countries. It's a person that works for the actual company that actually reaches out to you via email, DM, to connect with you and basically say that they're happy to have you on the app. It's kind of like a greetings person. And they introduce themselves like, hey, I've been assigned to you. And what this person does is they're like a liaison for you to understand upcoming trends, anything they're participating in. So oftentimes what TikTok will do, especially during the pandemic times that I'm currently filming this during, they'll have a group of popular creators they have on basically speed dial, in which they can send out sponsored posts for, or if they want initiatives they want to push, like stay at home or anything like that, we're the first ones to know about those things. So that's just one aspect and one of the valuable things of having a TikTok agent, because as you may know, if you're getting pushed some of these different hashtags or challenges they're pushing out, that means that if you submit to those videos, you're going to have your content pushed to the upper levels of the trends and things like that. That's why you see some of these sponsored posts on the Discover page where the top 6 or so posts are from very popular creators, because they're reaching out to their already curated list of people. And so how do you get a TikTok agent? So to get a TikTok agent, you typically get assigned one after you cross a certain amount of following. For me, it was around 400,000 followers. Since I've crossed that line, I'm now at 1.3 million. And so that number probably, I would assume, has probably went up. So I would say it could be around 500,000. But at that point, the likeliness of you getting reached out to somebody by TikTok is very high. And it's really valuable, as some of the things I mentioned before. Another thing that's really valuable about having a TikTok agent is you get invited to events, you get potentially invited to speak on panels. There's all kind of sorts of initiatives that TikTok is taking on. For example, for Black History Month back in February, I was invited along with 100 of the top most influential Black creators from TikTok to go to LA, to stay at a hotel and be a part of this community and this network where we were able to get a lot of insights on TikTok, network with each other, and experience all sorts of amazing events. And so that's another reason why it's really cool, because it puts you in a community, a network with other influential creators. And so you get a part of this network with all these other influencers that also have these TikTok agents, these liaisons that they're assigned to, that are organizing all of this. And that's something that's so valuable, because Instagram, Twitter, and other platforms aren't really doing this to the extent that I'm seeing TikTok doing it at. And it's really, really popular. And I'm finding that the creators, all my creator friends are loving this, and it's actually helping them boost their businesses. And this leads me to another point, which I'm sure a lot of you are happy to hear, is that's about verification, getting the blue check mark, the sacred blue check mark that everybody's trying to get. And this is where you can submit to have get verified, right? So people always ask me, Trevor, how do I get verified on TikTok? Like, what do I have to do to get verified? And basically what you have to do is either email or already be verified on Instagram and then email them directly. However, I'm finding that a lot of creators saying it's taking a while and it's really hard for them to do. And so what's really cool is that once you have a TikTok agent, that is your direct person to TikTok. So if you're trying to get a blue check mark, how I got my blue check mark is I literally emailed my person they assigned me to, inquired about it, next day woke up, blue check mark. So for a lot of cases, it's as simple as that. It's a matter of growth. It's a matter of being involved and things like that. So that's just a few things that having a TikTok agent helps with. And another thing I wanted to mention as well is not only does this person have me by email, but they actually have my phone number, right? And it's a very personal relationship. I'm getting birthday gifts, I'm getting Valentine's Day gifts. They really give you a hands-on experience. I'm getting free merch all the time from TikTok directly. They really work really hard. That once you reach a certain point, a certain amount of followers and a certain amount of community that you have built, it's really great to see how TikTok has invested in their creators and all the benefits that having a TikTok agent has given me. And for my business and for just like my knowledge base around what TikTok is, what they're looking to do with the platform. And I can tell you right now, they're doing a lot. So I'm happy to have you guys in this chat because it is taking off really, really fast and they're investing a lot of money into this. This is a topic that has a lot of controversy around it, but for a lot of you influencers, aspiring influencers, and business owners, you want to know different strategies of growing. And another strategy that I haven't really talked about much in the earlier modules is leveraging TikTok or other influencers. And what I mean by this is using other influencers to get your brand or your personal name out there, and what other creators are doing that I'm seeing happen all over the marketplace that's working for them, and what you can do as well to have it work for you. The first thing that you can do is actually reaching out to creators one by one, and if you have a budget, actually asking them to pay them to duet your videos, right? Like paying them, reaching out via DM or email and saying, hey, I wonder how much you charge to duet or for a shout out. I will be honest with you, most cases they're probably going to be open to doing a duet, which is, if you don't know what a duet is when somebody takes one of your videos, responds to it in a split screen format, and then posts it on their account. And that's a really easy way for you to get it. And in a lot of situations, and the reason this is so valuable, and why I hope you guys are taking notes right now, is that it's underpriced right now. Getting shout outs on TikTok and other platforms, things like that, is so underpriced, but especially on TikTok right now, because it's growing so fast and people are building these brands and following so fast that people don't understand how to price themselves. Influencers like me don't really understand how to price themselves. You know, I have 1 million followers on TikTok right now. I have 200,000 on Instagram. The price differentiation there is crazy, right? I can get paid $1,000 for an Instagram post, and I can also get paid $1,000 for a TikTok post. Yet I have 1 million on one platform and only 200,000 on other platform. And you see how the price differentiation is there. And I'll explain to you why it's the case. Because TikTok is such a new app, people are still, companies are still, trying to figure out the algorithms, trying to understand analytics to prove how many views and impressions and clicks these actual posts are getting. And it's such a new app that companies are a little bit hesitant of bringing their money in there because it's still a little bit new territory for them. And so because of that, they're kind of hesitant to spend money, and you're noticing that's the case. That being said, influencers aren't used to getting these big checks yet like they are on Instagram and other platforms. So you, as an aspiring influencer or brand trying to get your name out there, should be leveraging, if you have the capital, to get to pay some of these influencers. Sometimes you get $50 for somebody that has 400,000 followers to just do a quick shout out for you, or shout you out in their story, on their IG on their TikTok live, or duetting your posts and things like that. But my point is, reach out to them, because you're gonna find that prices are ridiculous. Prices you would never see on Instagram with somebody with 1 million followers. You would never be able to pay them that much for that sort of organic reach. So if you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, or a brand or individual that's trying to get a brand out there, that's definitely a strategy that you guys should be taking advantage of, because I found it super, super effective, and something that I've even been leveraging effectively as well. All right, and the last reason that having a TikTok agent is so crucial and why it's so valuable is that it allows you to get invited to test new features on TikTok. So you get sort of a lay of the land of what changes TikTok is making, especially as they continue to grow, because they've already made so many changes to the app, and they continue to make changes with the interface and things like that. So that's been huge. And then just so you guys know, and I'll be filming more modules after this, but some of the changes that are happening right now is that now you can comment with video. So you go to comment on a video, now you can actually comment with the actual video. Like if somebody leaves a comment, you can comment the reply with the video, and it actually adds to a post. there's a rewards program that I've described in some of the other modules that's been built out as well. And then there's been a lot of changes to the live. A lot of the rewards are starting to get shifted around a little bit, but my point is TikTok has been changing so fast. And so having a TikTok agent, they invite you and they invite you to test these changes. I'm always getting invites to betas of new features, and that's really helpful because that allows you as a creator to prepare for these changes moving forward and position yourself in a way that it's going to be helpful for you. And lastly, before I end this module, I want to leave you guys with a few tidbits, not necessarily related to the main topic, but a few tidbits of knowledge and things that I see that you guys should be focusing on as a bonus. And that is one, that TikTok is constantly changing, right? There's constant new types of creators joining TikTok every day. And at the last official TikTok Idols event in LA earlier this year, they mentioned a few things that I want to share with you guys. And that's that travel and long form content is actually a big focus of what TikTok is going on, what TikTok is focusing on. So vlogging content, short 3 to 4 second clips spliced up together to make a longer form video. That type of content is doing really well, whether it's travel, whether it's just vlogging about anything in particular. That if you do that type of content, or you can incorporate that type of content, I suggest you do it. I think that's going to be really valuable in an area that TikTok is really looking to push to compete in the long form space as well. Another thing is makeup and beauty. They've been doing a lot of work with pushing makeup and beauty, as that's a huge market, especially for brands, as you know, obviously. And so they've been pushing really hard for that as well. Other things, fitness. They've always been pushing fitness, but fitness is still up as one of the top categories for TikTok. And that's what I see right now is certain trending spaces. But don't let that discourage you from any other space on TikTok, because like I said, TikTok is ever growing and it's ever changing, and that's something they're focusing on now. So that being said, stay tuned for Module 9 that I'll be filming a little bit later today, but you guys will be seeing that a little later. It's going to be an exciting module. Module 9, I'm going to look to focus on a lot of editing and a lot of different up-to-date things that TikTok is doing that you guys should be capitalizing on. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for staying tuned to everything. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to support@learn-lead.com and they can help you with anything. But that being said, see you guys in the next module. So stay going. Let's get it. And the last thing I want to let you guys know before I let you guys go is that every week I do weekly calls. And during these weekly live calls, I'm on video, on live, with a ton of other creators like yourself. And on these weekly calls, I'm answering any questions that people may have. And I'm actually putting everything that I've taught you in the modules before into practice as it relates to today. You know, I do these calls every week. So every week I show you how to put all these strategies and techniques that I use into play with all of the trending topics that are up to date, right? And so that you can imagine how that's helpful, because I'm doing research and showing you which hashtags that I'm using. I'm showing you which trends that I'm participating in as I do it, right? And so I think that is what I'm finding is so valuable for people to have that one-on-one access with me and other featured creators that I bring into these group chats to ask us questions directly that can help you guys. So I strongly encourage you guys to join those chats, because I find it's the best way that I can interact with you guys and help you guys on a more one-on-one basis to actually take everything I'm learning and putting into practice with all the trends and everything that's going on TikTok that's changing day to day. So if you want information about that, I will include a link that you guys can use either in the description of this video here below or in the contents folder. So I hope to see you guys in those weekly calls. That being said, I'll wrap this and stay tuned for Module 9. Peace.